Hi, I'm Josanne Wright Callender, the author of the Happy Little Garbage Truck picture book and educational program. Well, the last time you heard from me about 4 weeks ago. I was so surprised. We've been traveling, so I've been getting my vlogs in when the space and time allow. And I have to thank God for the amount of work that I've received from my consultancy, the Happy Little Garbage Truck, where I help schools with inclusion type of work, inclusion specialist for two different schools. And it's just a wonderful opportunity. And those of you who've been with me from the beginning know that I started this vlog because of the pandemic, because of the lockdowns. And I just kept thinking about how my former students, because I have been a special ed teacher for 27 plus years, then retired to start my writing career. And then, as I was praying for some way that I can help students surmount this difficult time and emotionally, mental, physically hard time, I started promoting my book, and then I wrote a social skills guide during that time of the lockdowns. And then I said, I should really just, we were watching a whole lot of YouTube videos. I said, I should do that. I should just go on and try to encourage teachers and parents. And I did a few for students to stay positive during this time. And so that's kind of how this evolved. And today, so I was thinking about that last vlog that I did about my presentation. It was like I was scattered, exhausted, nervous, you name it. That's who I was at that time. I had some time to reflect afterwards, especially over these last couple of weeks. And I thought this vlog should be about what can one do as in preparation for those trials and tribulations that we know come upon us. Mine was being the first one in this talk. It's something that I hadn't done. I don't even maybe 4 or 5 years, and I should have taken that into consideration. Okay, be easy with yourself. You haven't done this in a long time. So we're talking about mindset today, and this is part of it. We have to give ourselves grace. And I love the way James Clear had stated in one of his articles. He said you have to give yourself margin. And that's some time to reflect, some time to just recover and just reassemble, what is it, to kind of reconnect yourself to your source, to recalibrate, that's the word I'm looking for, to move on to the next level. And that's why I said trials and tribulations are necessary, because they give us an opportunity to see where the places that need to be chinked are. We can't, our armor has to be strong when we go out and do the things that we are hoping to do to help others. But if you're not aware of where you have like a vulnerability or something that you need to work on, how can you prepare? So that was a wonderful time. I took it in as a wonderful time for me to recalibrate, to prepare myself for the next talk, because there will be others. And so the first thing I came up with is in my recovery was to be kind to myself, which I've already spoken about. You can't you can't foresee everything that might come up. You can try to take care of most of the things, but there are going to be some things that you won't know about. So you have to give yourself that space, that margin to say, I'm going to learn what other areas I need to prepare for the next talk. And I did. Getting a lot of sleep the night before, not having any coffee in the morning, which I have talked about in detail. That's not a great idea. But having not gotten enough sleep, it's sort of like this house of cards. You do the next thing that you know you're not supposed to do. But at least I didn't go heavy into the carbs that morning. That was the one. So I gave myself, a little atta girl, because I didn't do that. The second thing I thought about was you have to have a list of affirmations that will help you develop that stronger mindset. And this is something that I've taught most of my students um, in the classroom is to give yourself that fuel. And I talk about it in my social skills book. The happy little garbage truck needed fuel to get from one place to another. We have to give ourselves fuel, and that's our affirmations. And so I said, well, you are a wonderful speaker. You are sharing things with people, information with people that can be useful. You are in this as an educator, and you also are in it as a motivator. So, what kinds of things would help me in educating and motivating myself to do that that strong sense of self type of attitude that I need to do the next thing. So I had to kind of reteach myself those things that I need to move on to the next goal. So we're going to be talking about affirmations a bit more. Margin, if you know, just give me a comment below if you'd like to hear more about margin. But I'm going to focus on affirmations first. So thank you so much. It'll be a couple of weeks before I do another vlog, but thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for subscribing. Bye bye.